Thanks for listening to the Building Better Business podcast. I'm Dr. Glenn Bryan. I'm an educator, business owner, and your host. Our podcast provides a platform for business leaders to share their personal stories and how they've transformed their business success by focusing on marketplace trust. Join us in building better business. Well, welcome to the Building Better Business podcast. I'm Dr. Glenn Bryan, your host. And today we have our guest is Esther Salata. She's the founder and CEO of Benesafe Solutions, a all-natural pest control company. And we will, in this podcast, what we're going to do is we're going to explore her relationship with this business. How did she get into it? Basically her journey as she goes through this. And then what we'll do is we'll transition and talk about the human side, the human element, the character development and trust development as we go through. Well, Esther, thank you. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Wonderful. Well, listen, I've been to your website, a wonderful website, and I have a good understanding of your business, but many of our podcast listeners don't. Mm-hmm. So give us an overview of the company. And I see that you brought the product with you, so you'll want to show that as we go.
Yes.
So give me an overview of the company.
Like how I started it and everything.
Well, let's do an overview of the company first, and then I want to figure out.
Okay.
Then let's talk about how you started it.
Sounds
Absolutely.
good. So I'll introduce myself again. My name is Esther Salata. I am the owner and founder of Benesafe Solutions. We manufacture and sell a plant-based yard and garden bug spray. So it treats mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks, and it is safe for people, pets, and the environment, which includes bees. Our product is mostly for homeowners who want a safe way to treat their yard for these bugs, and also a really effective way to keep the bugs out. So our product is a backyard bug barrier. All you do is attach a hose to the top of it, shake, and then spray around your yard, your deck, your property, and it really creates a barrier for those bugs. It kills them on contact, but also creates a barrier so that they stay away for about 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, nice. When I'm in the backyard and I'm swatting those mosquitoes,
yes,
I should be thinking about this product. So let me see this right here. So you just put the hose right here.
Exactly.
And easy. So you don't have to be a technician to do this.
Yes, this is really for the DIY homeowners.
Perfect.
And it's a cheaper solution compared to using a service to come out. And you can spray whenever you feel it's necessary.
Wonderful. And how do I buy this?
So you can purchase our product online at BenasafeSolutions.com. You could also go on our website and find a place near you that might be selling the product. So we sell in various garden centers, pet stores, hardware stores. And if you look on our website, we could be in a store close to you. If you don't see a store close to where you are and you want the product locally, you could always reach out to the store and tell them about us. We'd be happy to connect with them.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So I want to know, how did you get into this business?
That is a great question. And the idea of Benesafe came out because I wanted to solve a problem. And the problem was mosquitoes in my backyard. It was the height of COVID, and we were spending time outside with our friends and family because the government said that's the only way you could spend time with people. Right. And we were getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. So we bought a bunch of different devices. We were using candles, but nothing really seemed to solve the problem. So then the next step was, let's treat our whole yard for this issue. We went to our local hardware stores, and my background's in environmental science. My husband's a chemist. So we started reading the ingredients.
Nice background to do this business.
Exactly. So we read the ingredients of the products that were currently, in our local stores, and we weren't happy with those ingredients. They were harmful chemicals that could potentially affect us, wildlife, and our dog. So did a lot of research and decided to create our own product. Like I said, we wanted to keep us safe. We wanted to keep wildlife safe, but Most importantly, we wanted to keep our dog Benny safe, hence the name Benesafe.
I was wondering where the name came from. So the idea is to keep Benny safe.
Yes.
Turned into Benesafe.
Exactly.
Love that. Well, wonderful. It's interesting the impact that COVID has had. Obviously, a lot of negative.
Yes.
But I've had a couple guests that talk about the positives of COVID, that entrepreneurs have saw the issues with COVID and saw that there was a need and produced solutions for that. So good for you. Congratulations on that.
And on top of that, my background is not in business or being an entrepreneur. COVID was the reason I started the business. And I also got laid off from my job due to COVID budget cuts. And that's when I really started the business. I had the idea, but I said, I'm too busy, I'm working. And then once I was laid off, I was like, this is a sign to start this business. And that's really what kicked it off.
Interesting. So many entrepreneurs have this story, right, where they have a negative in their life, whether it's being laid off, bankruptcy, right? Some tragedy.
Yes.
And it somehow spurs something in them, both in their mind and in their soul, right? In terms of what they want to do. And they create and they start planning and developing their own path forward. And is that your story?
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I created my own path. As I said, I wasn't in business before. So what I did was I went to the library and got a book on how to start a business in Pennsylvania. I was in Pennsylvania at that time. Okay. And I started researching and figuring out ways to start a business. And I put in 100% on starting the business.
So you're self-taught.
Yes.
Okay. So what are some of the resources you looked at? So you did a book in the library. Do you have other sources that you reach out to and listen to on a regular basis or read?
Through networking, I reached out to SCORE, where I got a free mentor who was in the manufacturing industry.
Oh, nice.
And really guided me through the process. Also, there have been so many people that through networking that have just wanted to help. That have really helped me build my business. So
never go alone.
Never.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Good that you mentioned SCORE. SCORE is an excellent resource for particularly people like yourself, right, that have very limited experience in business, if you will. Excellent source. Reach out to them, and they can help you. Like you said, they specifically helped you in the area of manufacturing. And then there's always a network of entrepreneurs and business people out there.
Yes. And my mentor at the time, he was really great. And he wanted me to start pitching to other entrepreneurs and other organizations. And although I didn't even have a product in hand, he said, I still want you to pitch the idea. And that kind of got me into a more comfortable space with being an entrepreneur. I was pitching my idea and people were very receptive of it. And I think, that mentorship really helped me.
Yeah, shameless plug right now for the BBB, Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is also a community of business owners, right, and managers. And, it is a network of businesses. And the organization is here to help network and build and educate entrepreneurs and business owners like yourself. Okay, so we talked about why you started the business and the product. So the product came out of a deep need, right, to enjoy your backyard without mosquitoes. Love that. And then how many years ago? 3 years ago you started the business?
Yeah, we're going into year 4.
Oh, going into year 4. Yeah. And tell me about the first year that you were in business.
Yeah. So like I said, the first year we started during COVID and the goal was to just sell online because stores weren't really too popular at that point.
Right.
So we geared up for selling online, but then through networking and slowly, retail spaces were being more utilized. Someone said, hey, I have a friend that owns a doggy daycare that has retail space. You would be a great fit for that space. Then that person would say, hey, I have a friend that has a garden center who could sell your product. And then through networking, we were able to get into retail spaces So we're in about over 30 retailers between Pennsylvania and Ohio, which I never thought that would be the case with our product.
So you originally thought you were just going to be online e-commerce.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. And then, we moved into retail space, and we also were able to get a contract with a landscape company. So we were approached by a landscape company. They said, we currently don't have a natural product, but can you make your product that's just, a 32-ounce bottle into something that us landscapers can use?
Right.
And luckily, with my husband being the chemical engineer, was like, sure, we could do that in whatever concentration you need. And that's how we were able to get that too. So when I started off, I thought e-commerce, this will be, just that, but it's grown into something much more.
So how do you build a business in e-commerce, right? Not the search engine optimization and all of that, but how do you build a relationship with your customers through e-commerce?
I believe that, you said search engine optimization. I use social networking to build relationship with customers. So that is communicating with people that have liked and followed our pages, getting them involved, hey, share a photo of your pet and you can get a discount code for sharing, things like that. That engagement is really what has been driving our e-commerce site.
Yeah.
Also through just meeting people and networking. It's what drives our sales too, is people find out about the product and they try it out. They read the over 50 5-star Google reviews and they're set. So that's how I keep engaging them and keep driving those e-commerce sales.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that it's real for you. This isn't just your social media, use of social media seems to be coming from the heart in terms of what your business, which makes me think, when you started the business, did you have values? Did you have a certain perspective of what you were trying to achieve? I don't think a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start a business, write out their 10 values. Mm-hmm. I think that comes later. But you have values that you're bringing into your business. Can you talk about some of those that you were maybe driving or giving you direction?
Yes. So I will say, when we started out the business and doing social media marketing and all those things, like I said, I didn't have any experience in business. So I really was just throwing spaghetti at the wall at that point.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And seeing what sticks. So in terms of values, I wanted to appeal to the customer that cared about a sustainable solution to their problems,
right,
and was using, a natural product outside and inside the house. It's not the everyday customer that buys the cheapest product on the market. It's the customer that actually is educated and wants a natural solution. We also tended to go towards customers that were pet owners. Pet owners are very loyal. And as one, I love my dog. I named my product after him. We just connected well with pet owners. So keeping them in the picture was really important for us too. And also having a product that was safe for pets was important. So at the beginning, it was kind of like just post anything about the product, what it was, and random pictures. But now it's more focused on our customer, what our customer wants to see, and celebrating our customers too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we would call that target marketing, mm-hmm, right? And then throwing spaghetti at the wall. We could clean that up. We could call that rapid market testing.
There we go. Yes.
Right. There you go.
Yep.
And that's okay. When you start a business, or even when you're running a business, it's hard to predict the future, right? And it's hard to predict exactly what will work and what won't work. And so rapid testing of things is actually a really good way to go, right? So congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know if you read that in a book, but you did really well.
Yes, I figured that's how a lot of businesses start. You're not sure what you're doing, so you cast a wide net, and then you focus in more when you figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So right now, it's how big is the company? Is it you? I think it's you and your husband.
Yep, I'm still, the owner of the business. We have my husband who helps with manufacturing, but I am doing the sales, marketing, content creation, you name it, I'm doing
You're
it.
doing it. Absolutely. You're wearing all the hats.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. How does that work with a husband-wife team working in business?
Yeah. So at this point, it's mostly me making the decisions. And if there's something that, I'm unsure about, I ask him.
Okay.
I think it's going very
good, solid
well. It's
support.
strengthened our relationship. It can either make or break you, right?
Yeah.
No, but it's going really well. At the beginning, it was definitely challenging because we didn't know exactly what we were doing. We were able to think of the idea and have a physical product in hand within 6 months.
Wow.
Which is very, very challenging. So we worked really hard and we were able to do that. And it's funny because, we ordered our bottles and the first time around we ordered maybe 500 bottles and we said, it would be cool if we sold 100 bottles.
Right.
And then the second time around we had to order 5,000 bottles, and it's just, it's cool to grow in the business as well as our relationship through the business to see how it's been successful.
Well, I know a lot of couples that are in business together, and one of the things that we talk a lot about values and character development on this podcast, and one of the things that we definitely always want to promote is the fact that couples can run their businesses together. Maybe it takes a little extra effort, right, on their part, but we run businesses to satisfy our own needs and wants, and part of that is we want to make sure that our businesses are developing our own personal lives as well and not destroying them, right, as we go. One of the things we talk about is transformation at the top of an organization here. How do you see that? Small business, I'm assuming big plans to grow and become more than just a small business, right? And leadership takes on, you have a leadership role now, and then it will take on even a different role as you go further, as you grow the business. Talk to me about transformation at the top. What does that mean to you?
So this one really resonates with me because if we're thinking about the business structure, I am currently on the top. And the
wearing all the hats.
Yeah, and the transformation that I have faced from, being someone who was never in the field of business. I worked in environmental education, conservation, also workforce development. So networking with people was okay with me. I had that skill, but marketing, running a small business, bookkeeping was not something that I understood or learned in my previous, jobs. Also during, my time of being a business owner, I have had, people that worked with me who did marketing for me to help set up the website initially, to help create graphics. I've also had interns, and really, I didn't have leadership experience in that sense before, where I was creating an agenda and leading a team. And transformation at the top is me making mistakes and not using my time efficiently, and then learning how to reel that back in. And as a business owner, you kind of are harder on yourself when you do make mistakes. But I think those challenges have really made me change the most and become a effective leader.
Yeah. So leadership's interesting, right? Anytime you have impact on someone, you're a leader. Right? And so you may not have direct employees today. You will in the future, but not today. But you're leading your suppliers, your vendors, right? Your network as you do this. So, excellent way to think about that. And it's important. It's important as you grow as a business owner. to grow that leadership capacity that you have, because eventually you will have employees, and at that point, life takes on a whole different meaning. Right. A really good book that a lot of entrepreneurs have read in the past is called The E-Myth, Michael Gerber. And he talks about the fact that you always start, you have all the hats on. You put your name on all the blocks on the organizational chart. And then as you grow your business, you fill those blocks in with employees and with staff. And the beauty of today's environment is exactly what you were saying too, is sometimes you don't even have to have the employee. You can outsource, which is what you've done. Quite a bit of this, I would assume.
Yes.
So talk about that. Let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll transition. But how hard is it to outsource manufacturing, marketing, all these other areas, perhaps?
I think that I would, with any type of outsourcing, you go into it thinking, my job will be less stressful. and what I've learned is, no, I need to stay on top of it. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. And a good example is with our bottle manufacturer. We worked really hard with a marketing professional to get a new label on our bottle. Spend months, use people's feedback on the color of the bottle, everything like that. We spent a lot of time, energy, and money on creating this new label. Then sent the label to the manufacturer and asked for, the 5,000 bottles. They said, okay, does this look good? This is a picture of how it's going to look. And then waited, I don't know how many more weeks to then finally get the bottles. Opened the bottles up, luckily at UPS, and they were all the wrong label.
Oh, no.
So that's an example of, you think you have outsourced and checked all the boxes, and there's still things that happen.
Yeah.
And I remember my husband looking at me thinking that I was going to start crying, but I started laughing because that's just part of being an entrepreneur is like, you need to be able to roll with the punches. And at the beginning, I was not, equipped to deal with things like this. But now when things happen, I'm just like, we'll fix it. We'll contact the responsible party and get this fixed. And it's going to take more time, but this is just what we have to do. So that's an example of how, outsourcing different parts of the business is important to do, because obviously I'm not a manufacturer of bottles, but it's also something that might not be as easy as you might have hoped. So
talk to me about treasuring people. We talked about that right before we started the podcast, but what does it mean when you're a small, growing business like yours to treasure people? What does that mean?
So for me, that means, just being friendly and appreciative of our customers. Every person that orders a product online, I handwrite a note thanking them for purchasing our product and signing it.
Do you really?
Yeah, Esther and Benny for all of them. And I put a coupon code in there too. But by that, I feel like I'm telling each person who's ever bought a product online that I appreciate them. And I wouldn't be a business owner if it wasn't for my customers. And I think showing that amount of appreciation is so important to retaining customers and showing them that I am a small business. I care about your purchase and I appreciate you.
Wow. So how do you do that? Let me expand that for you. I love that idea. In fact, I've talked to some other small business owners that do that.
Okay.
And it works out really well for them as well. But as you grow your business, right now you're moving through retail outlets. How do you maintain that? You can't write them a note because you don't know really who they are. How do you think you maintain that relationship with them?
Through retail?
Yeah.
All of our retailers are small businesses. They're not large businesses. And I create relationships with the owners of each of those businesses that we're selling our product in.
Nice.
And we do have some marketing materials on display next to our product. But it's my hope that my presence and my relationship with those business owners also drives our business and sales, and customers understand that, hey, we're a local product, we're pet friendly, we're sustainable, we're effective. And that's all I could do, with that part.
Let's keep talking about this this idea of customers and your relationship with those customers. Part of your development with customers is the product itself, right? You're very targeted. I love the fact that you're targeting pet owners, and then that expands to other people as well. You also have a kind of a built-in sort of connection because you're targeting people that are willing to pay more to care for the environment, right? Mm-hmm. As you do that, what do you have to do when that relationship becomes more distant through wholesale, through other non-e-commerce venues? What do you have to do to maintain trust with those customers, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think I understand what you're saying. Trust in general with our product and our business.
Yeah.
So I do have a few things that build trust through our product.
Okay.
One is, the product says there's a lot of transparency on the ingredients that we have.
Okay.
They're all labeled on the product, and it really just gives the customer no questions on if there are any other things that are in the product.
Yeah. Transparency is obviously a big issue that, again, a lot of companies don't understand how to do that. But you, from day one, you're trying to be totally transparent. This is what's in the product, and giving reassurances to customers over that.
Yes, and our product is regulated because it's a pesticide, so transparency is necessary. So that's a great thing to have on there. Also, if you do go on our website, if customers do go on our website, we do have efficacy testing that we've done on our product. And I think as a scientist, that was something that was really important. We knew we were using products that were proven to be effective, ingredients that were proven to be effective, but combining them all together, we did a blind study to see how our product was able to compete with other natural products as well as other synthetic products. And what we found was that our product was as effective as a synthetic product.
Oh, nice.
Which was 100% efficacy. And then nice. Also, which was higher in efficacy compared to the other natural products on the market. So having that information out there for people to see, I think also builds trust. Something that I've mentioned already is the positive customer reviews. If you go to, our Google site with over 50 Google reviews, 5-star Google reviews, you could really see what customers are saying about our product. And I'm always so excited to read those because, when you start a business, the people that are first buying and commenting and reviewing are your friends and family.
Right.
But when it expands more to complete strangers, it's amazing. It's like, wow, they're using it and they're buying it and they love it too. So I think that really builds trust as that positive customer.
Yeah. This is really interesting to me because business is business sometimes. And people go into business for a lot of different reasons. But, the ones that seem to be the most successful are the ones that have this sort of purpose in what they're doing. It's not just about making money. Right. We always tell people profit is not a strategy, right? It's an outcome. And in our world today, people reward those that have transparency, that are providing products that meet their sort of needs and desires, whether it's environmental or for their pets, in your case. So as what's driving you to do this?
And I did have a story too.
Yeah, please.
And I think it's like continuously getting people's feedback helps drive me. But when I first moved to Columbus, no one knew what Benesafe was. And I was spending a lot of time at community events where I was meeting people in the community, sharing what Benesafe was and selling our product. And I had someone that came to me and said, I have pets. I have a mosquito problem. I'd love to try your product. And I said, please try it and let me know what you think of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that person tried our product and then followed us on Instagram and then sent me a message shortly after using the product and said, I have not been able to sit outside on my deck for the last 4 years.
Oh, my.
And I just used your product worry-free around, my pets. And I was able to enjoy my backyard. Thank you. Your product actually works. And I think, hearing that customer feedback, you as a business owner, like I know that this product works. It's been tested to prove that it works too. But having strangers purchase the product and then coming around and thanking you for the product and telling you how it's changed their life for the better is what drives me to keep going with this business.
Wow. That's a great story, actually. Yeah, there is that reward, right? There's that intangible reward when people really appreciate your product.
Yes.
And again, this is sort of a reason why we want to have high quality products or appropriately quality products, right, for our markets, because there's the intangible reward back to us, which motivates us and keeps us in the business, if you will, right? And the benefit of all that, by the way, is it always translates back into profitability. It just does. Higher sales, better word of mouth, right? And repeat sales come out of that. And repeat sales are where are obviously the more profitable sales for us. So talk to me about your own personal development. You're very busy. I'm sure you get up in the morning and you go all day. How do you maintain your perspective on developing your own character, your own leadership traits, your own business traits, I guess, as you go forward?
That's a great question. And I will say that I don't do this by myself. I think, my mentors are people that I can call on at any time and who've helped me create the business that I have today. Can I do a shout out?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
So Rob McCabe and Jamie Pollock. So Rob was part of a accelerator program through the city of Columbus, and he helped me with my marketing efforts and focusing them. And besides just, having a class that I attended, he worked with me one-on-one, very hands-on on, hey, this is what you need on your website to drive sales. Customers want to see this, and this. And that's really helped me create a better business. And then Jamie, I went to undergrad at John Carroll University, and I did not study business, but Jamie is a mentor, and he works in the business department there, and he volunteers to be my mentor and helps guide me through any questions I have and any doubts that I have about my business, any struggles that I have. He's been there. He's also a small business owner on the side. And I think it's just so important to say, like, mentors who have taken an interest in me and seen how hard I've worked are the reason why I'm the business owner I am today.
Yeah, never go alone.
Never alone.
Never. So I am intrigued about the accelerator program. Can you talk about that?
Yes. I applied for this program through the city of Columbus, and it was targeting small businesses that wanted to grow their marketing efforts, especially their digital marketing efforts.
Perfect for you. Yeah.
Yes. And so Rob has his own digital marketing firm. And he led the class. You know how these classes go. They start off with a huge group, but by the end, there's maybe 3 people. I'm one of those 3 people that stayed on till the end and utilized. I understood how valuable it was for him to share this information. Because as a small business owner, I have approached different marketing agencies to see how much they would charge me to help me. And I could not afford, a big or a small marketing firm. And so Rob was that guidance and that help and continues to be. So if anyone out there does see an accelerator program, this one was completely free. And that was another reason why I did it, because there are other accelerator programs out there that cost an arm and a leg for a small business owner. And just look out for free resources and take advantage of them, because not a lot of people do.
Columbus and the state of Ohio, I think, have several resources for small business owners that are developing, right? And you just need to go out and find them.
Yes.
Go search for them, because they are out there. And I think that, again, underscores don't go it alone. There's all sorts of resources out there that business owners can reach into, right? Not only government, there's private, but then there's a whole cadre of consultants and educators and business owners that are willing to be mentors to the right people. So, yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about the future. What does it look like for you in terms of, is it just stay the course, or do you have other plans or dreams that you're going to pursue?
Yeah. So the future, well, this year, when we started the business, I always wanted to add another product besides just this one that we were manufacturing. I wanted to add a personal spray that you could use on people as well as pets.
I saw that on your website.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing, though, was a lot of people are selling insect repellents. Yeah. However, it is a regulated product, and I wanted to make sure whatever I sold was also regulated. All the ingredients were checked off and everything like that. So I was able to find another manufacturer, small business, women owned, and they sell a product called Tickwise. And it's a spray that keeps away fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, chiggers. But ticks are a big one around here. Yeah. And it's safe to use on horses, dogs, and people and kids too. So that's the new thing that we've had, that we've been selling on our website. And I hope in the future we could add more products that are similar in our values and grow our business that way.
Yeah, once you get loyal customers, right, and you have that nice niche where you're at, absolutely, you want to keep looking for good complementary type products, even services maybe, that fit into that. So absolutely.
Yes, and that product is also appealing to a population of, people that want to take something like Benesafe, but to go. And this could be for, a hunter or a farmer or a landscape person. It's a to-go kind of Benesafe, which is really great. So who knows what the future brings with our next product, but it will still be in line with our values.
Yeah. Well, this has been good. So Focus 4C focuses on the 4 C's. All right. We think about this as the human element that cuts through all businesses, character, leadership character, the culture. Culture is a little difficult for you because you don't have an employee. It's just you and your husband. So you have your own culture there. But you're starting to build a cultural awareness around your business. Right. And then there's the customers, which is a big deal for you. We've talked a lot about that. And then giving back to the community, right? Building community. Any particular area there you want to talk about of the 4 C's? That really resonates with you?
Yeah. One that I haven't really talked about much is community. And as a small business, we are really passionate about being local, being part of the community. We're certified Ohio Proud product. So we're being sold at the Ohio State Fair right now.
Nice.
And it's just great to be a part of this Columbus community. And we hope to give back, in terms of one of our ways we give back is through helping dog rescues and animal welfare organizations. And we try to do that with rescues around the Columbus area. So community is definitely something that will continue to grow and foster.
Yeah, it takes time to do that, but the benefits come back big time. The last thing, let's talk about the last thing. The last thing is you're a member of the BBB. And you, in 2022, I believe, you were what we call a Spark Awards recipient. And tell me about that experience.
That was a great experience. The Better Business Bureau is one of those resources that I'm always telling my small business friends to become a part of because it could lead to so many opportunities. And getting that Spark Award was such a great honor. We were interviewed by the news. It was just a great way to get out into the community and share our message. And also, it was an honor to be a part of the BBB network.
Yeah, not everybody gets that award.
No.
You have to apply, and it's not just applying. You have to be real. You have to have the substance behind what that thing's looking for, and what they're looking for on that in Spark Awards are businesses that are trustworthy, right? That have marketplace trust and are building it. They're not just talking about it, right? They're building it into their businesses.
Yes. Yeah. And community was a big part of the Spark Award too. And I still, whenever the nominations come out, I'm always sending them to various business owners that are doing something to help the community. I think it's so important to recognize those businesses and for them to be a part of the Better Business Bureau as well.
Yeah. So the Spark Awards are for younger businesses, startups, and then there's another for larger businesses or businesses that have been around for a long time. There's a complimentary service or awards called the Torch Awards, and so those are excellent ways to get not only reaffirm what you're doing, but also to get recognition for that as well.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for interviewing me so I could share my story and my product and my business. Happy to answer any more questions.
Perfect. Well, listen, again, this is Esther Salata, founder and CEO of Benesafe Solutions. Esther, thank you so much. This is, you not only have a great product, but you have a great story. I love how you're building this business. I love the attitude. I see the values and the purpose behind what you're doing. And I think you're also a great example of you don't have to have a solid, business background to go into business, but you do have to be aggressive and learn. The idea of learning, the idea of being a constant learner comes through very much with you. The idea of not going alone, right? Having a mentor as you go through, or mentors in your case, and really just caring about customers, right? In terms of what you're doing, trying to put forward the transparency piece, the putting forward the best product you possibly can. That all makes for great businesses you can be proud of. Right. So when you present yourself, you can feel very good about what you're doing. And not only that, leading to profitability to achieve your own personal financial goals along the way. But listen, thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you part of the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Building Better Business podcast. To stay up on the latest episodes, be sure to subscribe. And go to focus4c.com to sign up for our weekly newsletter for more stories and practical applications.